today with a really cool figure. This is something that's really brand new, kind of hot off the press. I did my pre-order for Marvel Legends Toxin figure through Amazon, and it was delivered today. So we're going to go ahead and get a review out on this guy. Toxin is a hero that was created like in 2004 by Peter Milligan and Clayton Crane. He is probably one of the scariest symbiotes, if not the most scary. I think Carnage and Venom both are kind of scared of this guy. So he's a pretty intense character in the Marvel Universe. He's been good, he's been bad, much like Venom kind of has. So kind of a similar storyline from that standpoint. First appeared as Toxin in Venom Carnage #2 back in October of 2004. So he's been around for a little while. However, he's still a newer character. But really cool that Marvel Legends was able to give us this character. We're going to take a quick look at him. We're going to do some size comparisons with some other Marvel Legends on him. From this standpoint, to me, this looks very much like kind of the Patrick Beasley art. And I'll throw up a slide here of some of his artwork on this guy. Kind of looks to me like maybe where they took it from, because Toxin has had different looks over the course of the last 16 years, depending on which body he's inhabiting, that type of thing. But that's kind of what I think as far as where it came from. So let's jump right on into the package here. Marvel's Toxin here at the bottom, the Venom logo there on the front. Anything they've done with Venom in Marvel Legends, for whatever reason, I've felt like it's been the best boxes that Marvel Legends does. I just love the white box with the Venom logo. The artwork they put on them is normally right on point. Here you go. We got kind of some of those tentacles coming off the top, his shoulders there. It's kind of almost done like a wraparound cover in a sense. It's kind of oddly done the way they've done the artwork on it, but real nice artwork there on the side. Same artwork here. Got a little tear in my box there. Spinning on around to the back. Got a nice product shot of Toxin there. It says the 1000th symbiote in a lineage that includes Carnage and Venom. Toxin is feared by many to be the strongest and most dangerous. So kind of building on actually what I just said. He's feared as maybe the strongest of the symbiotes. Let's go ahead and pop this guy out of the box and see what we got. All right, guys, so we got Toxin out of his packaging, and I was going to hold off and do the tentacles with you guys on camera just so I could show you kind of how that works. At first, it can be a little bit confusing. I had to kind of work with it and really look at it and study it to figure it out. But one neat thing about this figure that's very evident right now, how we have him in front of us, is you have options. You don't have to, have the big frilly tentacles and kind of symbiote going nuts on his back if you don't want it. You can just have just a regular Toxin figure. These are affixed, so these are not optional. You'll have to leave these on. But if that's all you want, you have that option. So you actually end up having 4 separate pieces. You have these 2 pieces here, and then you have 2 smaller pieces which actually add to the other 2 pieces. So they form together, and we'll show you how that works. So we'll take our first piece here, and you can see right there we have almost like a peg. That peg will slide right into that peg hole, just like that. Okay, so you can see how that slides in. Okay, and then there's another peg hole on that one. So you can see right here we have another peg hole which is shaped just like the end of that peg, and you're just going to fit it in like a puzzle. Boom, just like that. So you can see that's some pretty intense symbiote kind of alive on his back there. The other side is done the same way. You've got a peg hole here, and you have a peg right here. It's got a flat side to it, and then the other portion is round. You would just fit it directly into that hole, just like a puzzle piece. Fits right in. Then it has an additional hole here, an additional peg with a flat side. So you just fit the flat side right into that peg, and there you have it. So that is some, like I said, that is intense. I like it. There is some accuracy to it, to the comic book, depending on the artist that was drawing this guy. He does not make him too heavy to stand. He has really large feet. He's very heavy. If you have the Venom Build-A-Figure, you'll know, because a lot of this is a reuse of the Venom Build-A-Figure, which we'll do some comparisons with that guy here in a little bit. But he does not feel like he's going to topple or fall over. So I think that's really cool. I like the way they did that. I'm going to go ahead and remove these just so we can run through some articulation on this guy. They're pretty easy to remove. They just kind of come out of those little peg holes there. As far as articulation, if you've had the Venom Build-A-Figure, it's going to basically be the same. We'll get our head down to there. Get our head up to there. So pretty good movement on the head, side to side on that. One thing to note, this back piece does come as a separate piece in the package, and you can kind of see it there where it's, you can see the seam on it. You just have to, work that down as best you can, try to get rid of that seam. As far as the arms, and get them up to about right there. Full 360 on those, bicep swivel. We got a single joint at the elbow here, so we can get our elbows to about 90 degrees. Again, same as our Monster Venom Build-A-Figure. We got wrist articulation there. We can get them there and there. Full 360 on that. Lots of ab crunch. Really cool. Being a Venom or symbiote, you want them to have the ab crunch. Don't have much back, but again, you see that, plenty forward. Okay, swivel at the waist. Okay, get the splits. Plenty of Van Damme there. Cut at the thigh. Double jointed knees. Well, the Build-A-Figure piece will slide off, but not a problem. Pops right back on. Double joint at the knees. We got a lower calf cut right there. So really nice. Tons of ankle articulation. I mean, all kinds of ankle articulation, really. Up and back. It's a fantastically articulated figure to be as big and bulky as it is. So there we go. Let's take a quick look at this face sculpt. Got a nice green tongue there. Paintwork is done phenomenal on this guy. I love how they've done the shading, how they've blended from black into red all over the figure. It's probably some of the best paintwork that I've seen on a Marvel Legend, to be honest with you, from Hasbro's standpoint. If you remember back, Toy Biz used to do some pretty decent paintwork on some figures. This is some of the better paintwork that that Hasbro's done here. You can see the veins just popping out everywhere. I mean, just really fantastic sculpting, everything here. I love this figure. I've only said this with one other figure so far this year. That was the G.I. Joe Snake Eyes, going into my top 10. I think I may be saying the same thing here with this Toxin figure. Really nice. Let's pull in some additional Marvel Legends and do some size comparisons. All right, guys, so we'll start with the ones that most folks are going to care about. That is our Venom Build-A-Figure. You can see right here that it is the same figure with the exception of the face sculpt. Everything about it is the same. So even the ports on his arm here, the ports on his back here, and the port here, those are even the same. They reuse the ports to put his symbiote into as well. So perfect use. I can't complain about that. Sometimes I have a problem when Hasbro reuses and reuses and reuses. In this case, this was completely relevant, a well-made decision by Hasbro. Then we've got our new retro Spidey over here. So you can see the scale is phenomenal. Same as it was with the Venom figure as well. So I think this is really, really cool here. Let's bring in a few others. All right, guys. Then we'll go to an even bigger Build-A-Figure. We'll bring in Juggy, the man. Nobody stops a Juggernaut, we know that. He's a very large Build-A-Figure. He's bigger than Toxin. Then we got Wolverine, who's kind of a small guy. So still, scale perfect. I love this. Definitely one of my favorite figures of the year so far. And then just lastly, to bring in an additional line here, we do have the Donatello from the NECA cartoon line and the Casey Jones. Still, probably a perfect scale. Toxin really has no business in your TMNT display. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Click that like button. It helps get my videos out there and shared. Check out some of my other videos if you enjoy toy hunting. I review a little bit of everything, Marvel Legends, SH Figure Arts I've recently gotten into, the McFarlane stuff. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. We've just passed 700, so I'm very grateful to all my subscribers. But we want to continue to grow that community, bring in more collectors. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Leave comments below what you think of this figure. Until next time.